Hey guys, this is Thomas Allen. I am making this video just to kind of explain why I haven't made any new videos in a while. It's been about a month. I was the last video I made. We were talking about recovery and the different programs of recovery that are available to people, and I touched on you know behavioral programs of recovery and the 12-step programs of recovery. And so I had intended to make another video long before this, but last month in July, um, my son passed away, and so that's why I haven't done another video. It's been about a month ago, and it's just been the toughest month, of my life. Um, the only thing I can say is that I know my son is okay. He's a Christian. He has long ago accepted Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior, and so I know that he is. I know where he's at. I know he's fine. I actually, I'm not going to say it was a dream, but just a couple days ago, uh, because I know the difference between a dream and an out-of-body experience kind of thing. And so, because I've had those before, it's kind of like a. Well, I'm not going to go into all that, but I will just say this. I talked to my son, and I asked him if he was okay, and he is okay. So, just haven't said that. I know a lot of you guys probably have never. I know none of you guys have met my son, but he was a good kid, great kid. He and I worked at fairs and festivals, and he. Just want to share a couple of these photos with you. This was an old guy named Rick White. He was a food vendor at fairs and festivals, and Thomas just gravitated to people, and that big old smile of his. They just, people were crazy about Thomas. He was just, like I say, always that big smile of his, and people just, yeah, everybody who met him loved him, and again, he just, I'm gonna miss him. But I just wanted to share a couple of these pictures. I remember when we first got our fifth wheel, this travel trailer. Thomas laid down to take a nap, and I couldn't help taking a picture of him over there because, he was just safe and sound, and I, always worried about him, and I just snapped the picture because he just looked safe and sound. So, this is always me and him, it was always me and him with that big old smile of his. And it's been a really, really tough month. Again, just me and my son working at the fairs and the festivals, and I don't know. Thomas committed suicide. This is the picture that I would always see on my phone if he was calling me. This is the picture I put, in my phone. And so every time he called me, that's the picture I saw right there. Anyway, we had a job at this ranch. We got a temporary job working at this ranch, and that was me and him out on the ranch. We worked there for about a couple of months. This is Thomas at Thanksgiving, stuffing the turkey. He used to cook these big Thanksgiving meals. Every Thanksgiving, he would cook these big meals. This is when he tried on his graduation cap and gown. We graduated for paralegal. We got our paralegal certificates, and he was so happy to graduate that program. And we stayed in school and started taking heating and air conditioning, HVAC classes, which I'm still taking, and I will continue to take those and try to pass that course just to honor my son. Thomas had issues that he dealt with, mental health related issues that he dealt with, and I just know that he struggled, and he doesn't struggle anymore. He's not struggling anymore, and he's with the Lord right now, and you think about something like that, and you just think it's, and it is the worst thing that ever happened to you. And he was only 30 years old, and at first, I tell you, boy, it was really, really, really tough for me, and I just think about how young he was, and but at the same time, I also think about the fact that any of us, even if we live to be 100 years old, the life that we spend on this earth is, it's really just, it's over in the twinkling of an eye. When you take, even if you live to be 100 years old, if you take that 100 years and put it next to eternity, because you got to realize that this flesh, this is not really who we are. We are spiritual beings, and our souls, um, they don't die. It's not a matter of um, like whether or not you're going to die. Or in this physical body, whether this physical body will die. This physical body is going to die. Um, so it's just a matter of where are you going to spend eternity. It's not a question of will we live for eternity. That's not the question. The question is where will we live for eternity. And I know that my son is in a good place. I know where he is, and I just encourage all you guys. If you are involved in a program of recovery, um, just stay with that. Um, we have a lot of problems in our country right now. People are dying in record numbers from drug overdoses and from depression, from suicides, and things like that. And it's just you know it's a heartbreaking situation, but you know I just encourage you, if you again if you're struggling with addiction, with depression, with mental health issues, I just encourage you to continue to try and overcome those issues. Don't ever give up. Don't give up, and certainly don't make the choice of you know suicide, because that's not a solution. That's a permanent solution to a temporary problem, and I've told my son that before. I just but mental health, it's a powerful, and it's a you know this and I don't want to get real religious and everything right now, but we are in a spiritual battle. It's not flesh and blood that we fight. Our fight is not with flesh and blood. It's against you know demonic forces. And so I know a lot of people don't believe that, but I do believe that. And the fact of the matter is, whether you believe it or not, it's still the truth. Um, the truth does not depend on me or you to believe in it. The truth is it just is. And so we are in a battle against demonic forces, and those demonic forces they do try and influence us, because there's a spiritual battle going on. And I just encourage you to you know draw close to God, and you know get into a program of recovery and stay in it. I will soon get back to making videos and continue where I left off in the last video. It's just been a very tough month, and it's been a tough month for me. Um, I'm still, you know, it's still difficult for me to, you know, I got my son's pictures up and everything. We had a very nice memorial service. A lot of people came out, and a lot of people, shared their experiences with, about my son, and their interactions with him and everything. It was amazing, and I just, I don't know, I was very grateful for all the people that turned out for my son. And it's still very difficult for me to live here, and everything I see is a reminder of him. But I guess God has something else for me to do. I don't know what it is. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with myself, because it's like I had kind of dedicated myself to advancing my son's life. You know, everything I did was to try and advance his life. Help him get that education so that he could get a good paying job. I used to tell him all the time, Thomas, it's more important for you to do well in school than me. I took these classes with him, but I would tell him, you're going to be around a lot longer than I am, Thomas. You're going to meet a girl, and you're going to, raise a family, and so just a very tough time, and I just wanted to make this video just to say that I haven't stopped, and I don't plan to stop making videos, you know, based on recovery from addiction, from mental health issues, and so on and so forth. I don't plan on stopping that. I plan on continuing to make videos on that subject, and I plan to continue to be available to people who need help. It's going to take me a minute before I can make more videos. So I just want to say that, and I'm going to end the video just say, take care of yourselves and take care of people that you care about.